Hi, boys and girls. Mr. Ruba here. This week in Foundations, we're going to review a concept called closed syllables. Now, you may have remembered hearing or learning about closed syllables last year in first grade. Right now, this week, we're going to review that concept of closed syllables. We're going to talk a little bit about what a syllable is, what is a closed syllable, what are those rules that we look for to see if a word is a closed syllable, and how we mark them. Okay, so that's a lot right there that we need to learn in closed syllables. So let's get started on talking about what is a syllable. So words have different parts, and those different parts that go together, those different parts are called syllables. So some words may only have one syllable, whereas another word may have 2 or 3 or 4 different syllables. If they have more than one syllable, we call them multisyllable words. Multisyllable words, meaning they have more than one. They have many syllables. Syllables are one part of a word that we say in one breath. Okay? So some words that only have one syllable, we only say in one breath. If we have a word that has 2 syllables, we would say that word in 2 breaths. So let me give you an example. Here's our first word. Let's go ahead and tap it out. Cat. Now, when I say that word cat, that's one breath. So that's one syllable. But I can add something to that word. Okay, let's tap this one out. Catnip. Catnip. That's one word. But when we say that word, catnip, that's 2 syllables. So this word has 2 syllables because we use 2 breaths. Catnip. Okay? Now I kind of want to talk a little bit about those 3 rules when we're finding a closed syllable. Okay, so there's 3 rules. The first rule of a closed syllable is the word has to have one vowel. The second rule is that vowel has to be closed or followed by a consonant. And the third rule is that vowel has to be a short vowel, meaning it does not say its name. Let me give you an example. Okay, let's go ahead and tap this out. Bat. Now, let's look at our rules. First one, does it have one vowel? It does. It only has an A. Second rule, it has to be followed by a consonant. Is it followed by a consonant? Yep, there's a T after it, so it's closed in. And then the third rule, the vowel has to be short. So the A would have to say at. Yep, it's a short vowel. So if it follows all 3 of those, that means it's a closed syllable. Let me give you, let me bring back that word and let me show you something else. So we have that word bat. If I take that B away, now the word becomes at. I wonder, can it still be a closed syllable? Let's look at our rules. 1, does it have one vowel? Yep, still has one vowel. 2, is it followed by a consonant? Yep, it's closed in and followed by a T. 3, does the vowel make a short sound? Yep, it makes the sound. So that means that this is still a closed syllable, this word. A closed syllable We don't really need to worry about if there's a consonant in front of the vowel. We only worry about if there's a consonant after the vowel. Okay? So even though this one does not have a consonant in front of the vowel, it's still closed because it's closed in with a consonant. And it makes that short A sound, ah. Okay? All right, now in closed syllables, there's maybe times where the vowel is actually followed by two consonants, and that's okay too. Let me give you an example. Let's tap this one out. B, a, bath. Okay, let's look. Number one, does it have one vowel? Yep, it has an A. Two. Is it followed by a consonant? Yep, it's actually followed by two. It has a T and an H, but that's okay. As long as it has one, then we're okay. Three, the vowel is a short vowel. Yep, it makes that ah sound. So this word bath follows all three of those rules, which means it's a closed syllable. So again, there are times where the vowel is followed by more than one consonant, and that's okay. It's still considered a closed syllable, as long as it's followed by at least one consonant. Okay? Let's go ahead and do another one. Let's tap it out. S, a, ch, such. Excellent. Let's go ahead and see if this one is a closed syllable. First rule, has to have one vowel. Yep, it has a U. Two, that vowel has to be followed or closed by a consonant. I look next door. Yep, it actually has two consonants. Third rule, the vowel has to be a short vowel, has to make that sound. Yep. So if it follows all three, that means this is a closed syllable. Okay? All right. Let's try this word. Let's go ahead and tap it out. Sh, e, she. Let's see if it follows all of our rules. First rule, does it have one vowel? Yep, it has one vowel. Two, the vowel has to be followed or closed by a consonant. Let's look next door. Nope, there's no consonant after that E. And that E does not make a short E sound. It actually makes the long E sound, which means it says its name, E. It doesn't say sh, she. It says she. So it doesn't follow all those rules, which means this is not a closed syllable. Okay? Let's try this one. Okay. This word is boat. Boat. Let's go ahead and see if it follows our closed syllable rules. First rule, has to have one vowel. It actually has two vowels here, so it doesn't match that rule. Two, it has to be followed by a consonant. The vowels are followed by a consonant, but there's still two vowels. And three, the vowels have to be short. And in this word, it makes the O sound. So that is not a short sound. So this word does not follow all those rules, which means it's not a closed syllable. Let me do one more. Let's do one more example. Okay. This word is it. Let's go ahead and see if it follows all three rules. First rule, one vowel. It has one vowel. 2, it needs to be followed by a consonant. It is followed and closed in by a consonant. 3, it needs to make a short vowel sound. So let's look at that I. It makes the it sound, which is short. Yep. So it follows all 3 rules, which means it's a closed syllable. Remember, it doesn't matter what's in front of the vowel, only that the vowel is followed by a consonant at the end. Okay? Okay. Now we're going to talk about how we mark closed syllables. Marking closed syllables have a couple different things that we need to do. So it's super important that you pay attention and you watch how I mark these words and these syllables, because you're going to have to do them eventually in school as well. All right, so let's look at the word cat. K-at, cat. All right, now let's first check and make sure that they follow the rules. So first, one vowel. Yep. 2, followed by a consonant. Yep. And 3, it is a short vowel, which means it makes that ah sound. Yes. So I know this is a closed syllable. And when we mark closed syllables, there's a couple things we need to do. First, you can either underline or scoop the word. It's up to you, but I like to scoop the word. So we would scoop it like that, or you can underline it. Then you need to make sure you mark it with a C underneath. That C means that it's closed. It reminds us that it's a closed syllable. Then the third thing we need to do is we need to make sure we mark this vowel short. We have to remind ourselves that this vowel makes that ah sound. Okay? And to do that, we use a brev. And we make a brev right above the A. A brev is kind of like a little mini smile face or smiley. That's how I remember it. A brev is a little smile. So you put that little smile right above the vowel. And that reminds us that that A makes that ah sound. Okay? Let's do another one. All right, here's our next word. Let's go ahead and tap it out. Ch-ek, check. Let's see if it has follows those 3 rules. 1, does it have one vowel? Yep. 2, is it followed by a consonant? At least one consonant? Yep, it's followed by 2. 3, the vowel makes a short sound. The E makes the eh sound. Yep. So we know that this word is a closed syllable. Now we need to make sure that we mark it up. So again, when we mark up a closed syllable, you can scoop or underline, but I prefer to scoop. Because we do a lot of underlining with digraphs and with blends, and sometimes it can get a little bit confusing, so I prefer to do scoops. So I'm going to scoop the whole word. I put a C on the bottom, and then I need to add my little smiley brev above the vowel to remind me of how to say that vowel sound. Okay, excellent. All right, let's try this one. Let's tap it out. Ask, ask. All right, let's see if it follows all 3 rules. Number 1, does it have a vowel? One vowel? Yep, it has the A. 2, is the vowel followed by at least one consonant? Yep, it's followed by the S there. And 3, does the vowel make a short sound? Yes, the A makes the ah sound. Perfect, so I know it's a closed syllable. Now I need to make sure that I mark it. So I mark it by scooping it. I put a C under it. And then I make my little smile or my little breath right above. Whoop, almost made a mistake there. Put my breath right above the vowel. Did you catch that mistake? So the breath goes right above the vowel to remind me of what the vowel sound makes. Okay? Excellent job, boys and girls. So now you remember and know a little bit more about closed syllables. So later on, you're going to go ahead and mark some different words that may or may not be closed syllables. And you're going to show me how you mark those closed syllables. Okay? Bye, guys.